This Minnesota fraud stuff is absolutely blowing up across the internet, and I am loving it because it is getting so big at this point that it's impossible to ignore, right? And it also shows how terrible our mainstream media is because mainstream media, like the Communist News Network and BS Now, aren't even really talking about this story, but everybody else is. I mean, literally, you hop on social media and people are talking about it everywhere. Like, check out these couple of clips here. Check it out.
Fraud that's going on in the state of Minnesota within the Somalian community. And it's not all Somalians, obviously, but it is within the Somalian community. When I look at mainstream media, I don't really see it being presented in that way. Maybe I don't watch the news enough. All I see are politicians or just media outlets saying that the Trump administration is targeting communities of color. But when I looked it up, it doesn't necessarily look like he's targeting or they are targeting communities of color. It looks like what it actually is, and it is targeting some of the members within the Somalian community of healthcare fraud. Like, you're not going to straw man me out of knowing what's actually going on. So I looked it up, and what I've seen was just a lot of healthcare fraud. So you have these businesses that are owned by Somalians that's really not businesses at all. It's almost like a cover-up. So with no healthcare provider services, they've been able to bill Medicaid, which is our government tax dollars, for services that are not even provided. They've been able to create an image of services like inflating hours, like faking patients, identity fraud, and things like that. My bad, y'all. I had to pick up my order. But now that that's out of the way, I also want to talk about the argument where the Trump administration is specifically targeting, immigrant families and communities of color, right? Well, one, fraud is fraud. And I don't care if it's communities of color. I don't care if it's white people. I don't care who it is. Fraud is fraud. With that being said, I don't want American-born citizens committing crime and committing fraud, let alone migrants committing fraud on Americans' tax dollars. Like, we're talking about billing Medicaid for services not provided, for patients that do not exist. Like, that is nasty work. Like, do not sit here and they're targeting communities of color. Like, what? No, they're targeting fraud. You should want them to target fraud, and if you don't, I don't know what to tell you.
So yeah, all of this is really, really making mainstream media look terrible. And I mean, like, literally people are making jokes about this. Like, check out this post here. Mom, how did we get so rich? Your father opened a Somali daycare in Minnesota. Hilarious stuff, man. Like I said, everybody is talking about this all across the internet. Like, check out this guy here. Oh, wait, hold on.
This like the worst PR any group. The Somalian community in Minnesota is so cooked. This like the worst PR any group of people can ever get. This YouTuber called Nick Shirley linked up with another dude who's already been investigating fraud in the Somalian community in Minnesota. And they exposed $100 million in fraud from the Somalian community. They so cooked. This video here went so viral that the president of the United States reacted to this.
There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address.
And the government knows about this?
The government knows, they're writing the checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks.
I don't think this is a political issue. I think this is an issue of some really bad actors ruining for everybody.
Indeed, no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
No.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell?
Yeah.
Try to get in, ring the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely nobody here. Hello? Can we speak?
Yeah.
I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Why?
Can I speak to a manager?
Like, if you're running a legitimate business and you have nothing to hide, if somebody comes and wants to register their kids to come to the daycare, I think the least you would have is an application, right? Like, you would have an application, okay, here, fill this out and bring it back. The fact that there's no application, they're acting.
Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here because there's
So why are you asking us about
the fraud.
and stuff like that?
Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to a legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
This is not a Joey spot.
And it's not fair. It's not okay.
I mean, everybody is talking about this stuff, man. And like I said, I'm absolutely loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Oh, wait. It's muted again. My bad, y'all.
How is it that one of the largest fraud rings is happening right now in Minnesota and the media doesn't care? Reports are now stating that of the $18 billion the Minnesota government spends on healthcare, $9 billion of it, at least half, is fraudulent. Taxpayers seem to care. According to this Polymarket graph, 30% of people think that the Somalians who are committing this tax fraud will be, or at least should be, deported. Yet the politicians don't care. Look at the lieutenant governor saying that they're the backbone of the economy.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Peggy Flanagan. I am the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, and I'm really honored and humbled to be here with all of you today. I am incredibly clear that the Somali community is part of the fabric of the state of Minnesota.
I'm confused. These people are stealing billions of dollars every year that is not taxed because it's actually taxpayer funds, government assistance that they're receiving. How exactly are they the backbone of the economy? I mean, in a single day, an independent journalist named Nick Shirley and his team discovered $110 million in fraud. I can't even buy a house in this economy, and yet the people who don't belong here are stealing billions of dollars every single year of taxpayer funds while simultaneously being called the backbone of society by not only elected officials, but the mainstream media. What? How?
Yeah, it's wild stuff. Absolutely wild stuff. And it goes to show that once again, Republicans and Uncle Trump were right. It proves us right once again. We weren't the ones lying. We weren't the ones making stuff up simply to go after Somalians, like mainstream media has claimed. That wasn't us. No, not at all. There seems to be legitimate fraud, and we were just calling it out. And now the left looks silly. They look absolutely silly. And so, I want to move on over to something else because, of course, old Timmy Walz, right, the governor of Minnesota, has been kind of wrapped up in this whole thing because a lot of people are speculating that he knew about this entire situation and chose not to do anything because he didn't want to seem racist towards Somalians. I think, personally, and I don't have any evidence towards this, but I think it was more of a situation where he wanted to be reelected. As a matter of fact, let me look up Minnesota governor race. I want to look up and see what was the last numbers. What were the last numbers on the governor race? Because if it was close, then I think I may be on to something. I may be on to something. 2022. Let's see. All right, so here we go. Oh, jeez. My big old head is in the way. So, as you can see on the screen here, in 2022, Timmy Walz won by about 200,000 votes against Scott Jensen. Okay? Now, how many Somalians do you think live in Minnesota? 100,000, 200,000, 300,000? I guess 200,000. The margin he won by. Kind of interesting how that works, isn't it? Just saying. I'm just saying. I think it's for votes because if you look at what Timmy Walz did a while back, I want to show you guys this because he did something that was quite interesting. I'm gonna throw this video up on the screen and let me know what you think about this.
All right, ready. Whoa, wait a minute.
So that's the Minnesota state flag, right? At least the old one. Take a look at the new one.
There, that's better.
You know what that flag actually looks like? I want to throw this up on your screen. What do you think, guys? 2015 to present. This is the Somalian flag right here. Okay. What do y'all think? Let me know. The new Minnesota flag down here, the old Minnesota flag here, up here, and yeah. Do you see a resemblance between Minnesota's flag and, kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. But I'll let you guys be the judge of that one. I'll let you all be the judge. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I just think it's quite a coinky dink, you know, when you have, I don't know, 200,000 Somalians, and that's basically the margin you won the governorship by. And then all of a sudden you change the flag to what seems to me looks like a Somalian flag. And I don't know. But I uncovered something else. It says, this is crazy. In 2022, a disabled Somali whistleblower came forward to expose some of the fraud happening in Minnesota. Afterwards, he feared retribution from the Somali community, so he fled to Africa. But when he arrived there, they beat him for talking. So this is a disabled Somalian that tried to blow the whistle on this entire situation back in 2022. Let's take a listen.
All of a sudden, there was a boom, and people were buying very expensive homes and posting about those homes.
Where was all the money coming from?
Everybody knew, but nobody had the courage to speak about it because they understood the repercussions. So I decided to speak out.
Afraid of repercussions for speaking out in the Twin Cities, Abdi went on a trip to Africa early this year. When he got there, he says he was attacked and pepper sprayed for information he put online regarding feeding our future.
All of a sudden, there was a boom.
I wonder why he was attacked when he got back to Africa. Is it because we were right about the money that they've been allegedly stealing going back to Africa? Is it because the pipeline was exposed? I don't know, guys. I'm just saying. Now, for those of you that are going to say in the comments, hey, nobody's going to be prosecuted. Trump ain't doing enough. And I've talked about this in recent videos. I've gone on long rants. Some of you have heard those entire things. Let me tell you something. We're up against one hell of a fight, okay? Because it's not just Democrat politicians that we're fighting against. It's not just the rhinos we're also fighting against. It's not just the Democrat voters we're fighting against. We're fighting against the judicial system as well. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. Democrat judges refuse to hold Somali defendants responsible for massive Medicaid fraud. A unanimous jury convicted, I don't even know how to pronounce that guy's first name, Fatah, of stealing $7.2 million from Minnesota's Medicaid program. Afterward, Sarah West vacated the conviction, suggesting his brother may have committed the fraud instead. In related cases, Hillary Caligari and Amber Brennan dismissed charges against his brother, Muhammad, and wife, Ahmed. Prosecutors showed proceeds used for luxury cars, jewelry, designer clothing, and international travel. No one served time. So one judge dismissed the case and said, maybe it was his brother. And then the other judges dismissed the case against the guy's brother. So when you're sitting here and you're listening to some of these so-called conservatives who are bashing Trump and the Trump administration saying, well, we want prosecutions. You got to understand, this is what we are up against. That right there. Had the man dead to rights, a jury convicted the man, and the judge overturned it. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this up. And basically the same thing happened in the Letitia James case. Yeah, the charges that were brought against Letitia James for fraud, it was thrown out due to a technicality. Now, I expect it to be brought back, but it was thrown out due to a technicality from a judge. So, once again, understand what we are up against. And the only way, before somebody's like, well, it's futile, it's pointless, the only way we're going to get out of this is us. By voting these rhinos out of office. The John Thunes, the John Cornyn's, the Lindsey Grahams, right? The Lisa Murkowskis. Obviously, the Mitch McConnell should have been gone a long time ago, but he's retiring, right? Amongst others, because there's more, right? Mike Johnson, he's riding a very fine line. He's about as close as you can get to me saying he needs to be voted out as well. He's real close. He's razor thin for Mike Johnson. But like I said, there's others as well. We have to vote these individuals out and send a message. We did it with Liz Cheney, so I know we can do it. We've done it before. I've watched us do it. We need to start doing that. Once we start doing that, then this type of stuff goes out the window. It goes out the window because now we have genuine Republicans who aren't afraid to enact laws, right, and pass legislation that would actually prevent this type of stuff from happening, right? So it's up to us, man. It's up to us. At the end of the day, we have to do our part if we want the Trump administration to do theirs, to be able to do theirs. So there you go, man. There's the blueprint. We genuinely have to vote these rhinos out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And not only that, we have to make sure that we don't put rhinos back into those same positions. America first Republicans. That is it. That is all. No questions asked. Right? So that's the way that I see it. Excuse me. But y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. But don't be discouraged. Be encouraged, because against all odds, we got Uncle Trump back in office. And if we can do that, then we can get these rhinos out of office. Make no mistake about it, all right? Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.